How did you find out your so was cheating on you, NSFW? Her boyfriend called me on speaker after a night on the town with my friends. I told him we'd been dating for a year now, and I didn't know he existed. Asked him if he was the friend that visited her a couple months ago and stayed on the couch. He said yes, but I wasn't on the couch. I let him know that for me that settles it, that I was done with her, and never wanted to see her again. He didn't either. As far as I know, we both broke up with her at the same time. Seemed like a great guy though. Kinda wanted to grab a beer with him. Edit, she was sitting next to him, crying her eyes out, which is why it was on speaker. Forgot that part. You should have both broken it off with her on a conference call. She told me so. She went to a birthday party and fucked the birthday boy. When I then broke up with her, she went into full rage mode screaming, "How dare you, and I'm gonna find a guy and make him fall in love with me just so I can break up with him and hurt him the way you did with me." I never knew what that meant. But I'm glad we broke up. At my birthday party I just got beer. I actually learned due to my cat, so my GF didn't work while I did. So she was often staying at my place alone while I was working throughout the week. One day my cat pissed on a pile of clothes she had left laying in the room over the week and came to bitch me out about it, and I apologized and offered to just take them to the laundromat to get them cleaned. In the pile of clothes was a pair of male boxers, not mine, and some socks that were neither mine nor hers. I took her cat-pissed-stained clothes along with that dude's underwear and told her to get out of my apartment. One faithful pussy, one not so much. She forgot to end the call, you know, press the red button. I heard them talking about who was going to shower first. Should have yelled through the phone, "Save some of the hot water for me." I woke up in the middle of the night when she was in the bathroom, used her phone as a light, saw texts from her ex about how good it felt to come inside her the day before. Oh man, hope you're doing good today. Fucking RIP. I've been the brother, not the same context though, but close. For myself, I waited until she left for work, and took all of her furniture and belongings and put them outside in the Carolina heat. Dead summer. I also changed the locks to the house and confronted her as soon as she came home. The look on her face was pure and utter confusion. Where I lived growing up, that was a trailer park divorce, ha ha ha, and since it was so down poor, sometimes people would pick over the things in the front yard or offer money to the injured party in the trailer like a yard sale. I don't know the legality of it all, but it did happen a few times I saw. Went out of town my grandfather's funeral, came back 12 hours early. Other dude struck in parking lot at 5 AM. Been over a year, and still fucked up over it. Edit, fuck you Tabitha. Dude just left his truck sitting there for that long. Hope you're doing better these days. Her boss who she was fucking, called me to tell me to stop bothering his girlfriend, and that he was going to beat the shit out of me if I kept calling and stalking her. I told him that I wasn't bothering or stalking her. I was dating her. I would call and text like most boyfriends and wait outside the building to go to lunch with her from time to time, when I was able to provide enough proof that I wasn't some psycho. As she explained to him, we realized we both were dating her with no knowledge of the other for over a year. He apologized and invited me out to dinner, had me meet him at the office. The look on her face when he and I walked past her cubicle was priceless. We said nothing. He took me out for an expensive dinner for threatening to have my ass kicked. We sent simultaneous texts breaking up with her, and pics of us cheersing a couple glasses of wine. I was 23. She was 29, he was 57. Edit, with this starting to blow up a bit on this thread and my inbox. Here is an elaboration. I ended up finding out 2 years later that he got back with her. His second wife found out and went nuts on him. That made the news here. He was an embattled local politician. He ended up getting divorced publicly. The ex called the FBI saying he was into some sick stuff sexually. He was arrested for possession of kiddie porn and other grossly abnormal sexual content a number of months later after his house was raided. Turns out his mistress, my ex, and he were into sex with animals. There was vid of her having sex with multiple dogs. I found out all of this via the local Channel 8, and ended up going to a doctor and asking if there was anything I could contract sexually from an animal. I didn't properly preface the question with the reason as to why, and that dude pieced the fuck out for a good 10 minutes with a spooked look on his face. Came back and told me about a few parasites, and beat the elephant out of the room. The tests were $400 out of pocket. Came back all thumbs though. That doc will never forget me. When the edit is crazier than the initial story. What a ride. What the fuck did I just read? Politicians and dog fucking. Crikey. Putting on a movie for our 2-year son on the laptop, Messenger goes off with message previews. Some guy saying how much fun he had the previous night, while she was supposed to be helping a friend at work for extra money. So I decide to read more of her messages and find one of guys thanking her for a threesome while she was 6 months pregnant with our child. Confront her, she plays dumb. Then proceed to show her screenshots of all messages. Now happily divorced, cheers. Do you have shared custody? Glad you left. Posted before, but she was having an argument with a housemate and they said at least I don't cheat when I go away just as I walked into the room. Don't know how intentional that was, but it turned out to be true. Damn, that's rough, man, but at least you found out the truth. I transferred to night shift at work, to go to school during the day. She had all the time to do what she wanted. She went drinking with friends from work. I knew the guy she worked with flirted with her. She promised his wife would be there. Texted me at 2:30 AM saying they wanted to go to a different bar. I said I'd pick her up. Bars close at 3 AM. Drove 45 meters to find them in the car. Worst night of my life. Finally got over it. I'm pretty happy. Was with her for 7 years. I'm 27, hard for me to want to be with someone. I don't see myself daydreaming of a future with anyone. Now am I just daydream about building a business and traveling? Not sure if that's good or bad. Edit. I've been by myself for about 2 years now, and I'm totally happy. Life has gone 180 from where I was. It's just me. So it's been fun and easy to focus on moving forward. Thanks for all the kind comments and support. I'm glad I'm not alone, but sad that this happens to others. Live life one day at a time. Suspicion from wording in letters from when I was deployed. Pressed her when she started to slip again after I got back and she confessed. Dumped her. She got with him. He knocked her up and left her that same day he found out she was pregnant. Bullet dodged. Sorry, man. That really fucks with a guy when he's away. Fucking Jodies. I was sleeping in my bed. She was sitting on the edge of the bed undressing and touching herself for the guy on webcam. They were talking about how they slept together the days before. Jesus Christ, that's ballsy. My fiancée went on a series of business trips to the same city. After the first one, she told me she met this really cool DJ at a bar, that I had a lot in common with him and would love his music. I grew suspicious with how much she learned about him in a short time. Several trips later, she told me she'd be staying with a girlfriend of hers down there and tagged herself at a restaurant with her friend. The friend was real and had an open FB profile, so I clicked on it to explore. The girl had tagged herself with my fiancé and that DJ. When my fiancé got back from her trip after an exchange of standard pleasantries, I asked her how many times she had slept with the DJ that week. Without surprise or skipping a beat, she told me she had absolutely no idea. They got married on our wedding day. They're divorced now. She was in the toilet. Her phone flashed up. The message notification read, "Did you tell him?" Apparently the message was about something completely different, but after I bluffed her into thinking I know more than I do, a name and that something's up, she confessed. 10 years relationship destroyed? No turning back. Easy to build up trust with a new person there. With someone that cheated on you. And in long-term relationships, marriage, you have to trust each other. It's been a few months now. Can confirm it gets easier. It's there, on the back of my head, every day. But it does get easier. Shit, that's harsh, man. I hope you're doing better. No one deserves this garbage.